resurgence in 2017, so hopefully so. The weather's getting a lot colder. Today it felt like we're getting closer to winter time, that's for sure, so definitely won't be long before we're back in the gym. But we got to finish football first, so a lot going on this week, and we wish you good luck in the game on Friday night. We'll be watching you down there on the field trying to guard some of these Marion athletes on the edge. So, Torian, thank you for joining us.
All right, thank you for having me.
And up next on Bearcat Sports Chat, we'll talk with Austin Davidson, even though he is wearing a Tennessee jersey. And we'll be right back here from Sports Chat from Buffalo Wild Wings.
Listen to Virginia High School football on your computer or mobile device at Spreaker.com/Bearcat Radio. You're listening to Virginia High football on Bearcat Radio on Spreaker.com. Bearcat Radio is brought to you by State Line Motors. Visit State Line Motors on Euclid Avenue in Bristol.
Hi, I'm Dustin Lynch. You don't have to listen to country music to know that life can be full of drama. Some of it you just can't control, like your girlfriend running out on you with your best friend. But there's some drama you can skip.
Skip the drama that comes with not having your high school diploma or equivalency. Find free adult education classes near you and finish your diploma. Visit finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org.
You just need to take that first step and find free classes near you and start moving towards a brighter future and even your college degree.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ed Council.
Follow Bearcat Radio on Twitter with the handle @VHS Bearcat Radio and on Facebook by searching Bearcat Radio for the upcoming broadcast schedule and shows on the flagship stream of Virginia High School athletics. You're listening to the best high school football in the Tri-Cities on the Bearcat Sports Radio Network.
Welcome back to Bearcat Sports Chat. We're happy now to be joined by Austin Davidson, junior wide receiver / defensive back. So we're glad you're able to join us today, Austin.
Appreciate you guys having me on here.
It's been a long time coming, I'm sure. How long have you had this Tennessee jersey waiting in the wings for Mark?
I've been waiting on it for Mark for a while.
You've kind of held him in waiting for a little while, and I think he was getting kind of sad that not many more of your teammates are Tennessee fans.
Man.
So you haven't been able to rub off on them.
It's hard in the locker room, man. I'm the only one.
Yeah, it's
the cool part about it is I find out tonight that I have a neighbor who sits very close to me for my season tickets, and that's this man wearing the big 98 right here.
We're going to have to meet up sometime.
You guys will console each other after the game. That'll be really, really nice. What section are you in? Where are you at? What end zone?
Do what now?
What end zone are you in?
We're in the back end zone, and we're right beside the Jumbotron.
I'm right next to the press box right there, and he's like right there at the
We're about a couple sections over.
You can wave at each other before the game, man.
There we go.
So, Austin, as a returner, you've taken a kickoff and a punt all the way back for 6 this year. I believe, if I'm right, that's right. One was that really, really a big game changer against Wise Central after they cut it to a 7-point game. What goes through your mind on the return, and how have you gotten better through the years at returning? It's not something you really get a whole lot of reps at. Actually,
this is my first year returning kicks and punts. And, first off, what goes through my head is catching the kick or punt. That's humiliating if you drop it. So, definitely want to secure the catch. And then I'm just looking for blockers downfield, finding grass, and bursting for a hole.
I'll tell you, this is a team, too. Coach Sidner was talking about effort and really special teams. Right. Coach Christ always drives it home each week to us, and we're always bragging about the special teams because both defensively and offensively it seems like the return game is strong. How much of it is effort, and what have you seen in this unit that's different from maybe past years?
I think special teams especially is just 100% effort, and it comes with the blocking, and I can't return a kick without the blocks, and our blocking schemes are phenomenal. Our coaches do a great job of preparing us throughout the week, and it's easy out there when you got blocks.
That's true.
So you're wide out in this system, 8 receptions for 84 yards. We'll break that down to about 10 yards of reception for you. That's a first down. How fun is it to be a wide receiver in this system with Jamie and the other guys and the running backs to take the load off?
With a quarterback like Jamie that can spread it around, it's a lot of fun to be able to run routes and expect the ball. A lot of systems in football, as a receiver, you're just more blocking in high school. But, I can always expect the ball to come to me, and it's a lot of fun.
So to talk about you and Jamie, this wasn't on the question list before that we showed you, but you and Jamie seemed like later in some of those games, what comes to mind, even though we don't want to remember the game, is the Tennessee High game. Seemed like late in the game, a lot of toe tapping going on around the sidelines. So how much work do you get in with Jamie on that front?
That's our thing. When he, sometimes he's escaping pressure and he's rolling around. I see him, and somehow I always get down to the sideline. And it's funny, it's happened so many times, but it's just a situational thing.
Yeah, it really helps out too that Jamie has a safety valve,
and he's got the accuracy to put it in there.
Definitely a fun guy to have as your quarterback.
Most definitely.
And this is a really tough Marion team that you're playing this week. You've gotten to watch some film on these guys. What do you take away from what you've gotten to watch?
When I break down film, I usually look at special teams more than anything, where I'm a returner. And, they have a really unique kickoff coverage. They all merge in, and we've prepared pretty well this week. And it should be a lot of fun. They're a good football team.
So you got a couple moves you use when you get the ball. What's your go-to bread and butter?
I like the juke move, man. I like giving them a little hesitation, let them see my eyes and fake them out a little bit. I try to get a spin move. My dad always wants me to spin move, but I got to work on that one.
So you just hit the right stick, you hit it right or left?
Yeah,
what do you
right
do?
stick, get a little jump in there. I've always wanted to hurl somebody, but I hadn't done that yet either.
Hey,
I still got a couple.
Alvin Kamara style.
There you go. I still got a couple in the bag, just waiting.
So you guys, with these Tennessee references, are killing me over here. But it seems like most of the time you haven't had to put on a whole lot of moves. You've just been able to burn it down the sideline.
Just trust my speed, trust my blocking. It's pretty easy.
It seems like both the touchdown. I don't know if you've been touched on either one.
No, either one.
That's a credit to the blocking.
It makes it a lot easier for me.
So how much has your preparation changed overall, not just with special teams, of course, but from your early years on varsity to now, and how do you approach practice versus how you did when you were younger?
Right. I didn't play last year, but as a freshman, I was more of a second guy, looking at guys like Jordan Soule behind them, watching them, and, I was just trying to kind of show the coaches what I could do later on. And, now I'm in a role to succeed and make plays, and every day is a grind. You got to come in with the same consistency, and it's a lot of fun. But preparation is just consistency, and every day giving everything I got.
So, special teams, you guys talk about it a lot. You guys preach it through and through to be one of the big keys. How much work do you guys work, or how many hours do you get of special teams a week?
We actually do a lot more than most teams around the area. We probably cover special teams 30 minutes before our first period every practice. Coach Belcher and Coach Chris put a lot of emphasis on our special teams, and special teams are really important, but we put in a lot of work.
Yeah, and the thing about special teams, it takes the whole team. You're breaking up offensive unit and defensive unit to work on it, so you're really taking a chunk out of your practice time to get it done. And sometimes I think Coach Chris is like kin to Frank Beamer because he's up from that area. Yeah. He's definitely focused on special teams quite a bit. Austin, who is your favorite person to celebrate a big play with? All right, so you're running down the sidelines. You've just scored 80-yard touchdown on a kickoff or punt. Who are you looking for?
I go find number 7, man. Me and Colton are best friends, and I go find 7, and we tap it up.
I think Colton had a question for him. We can go ahead and.
Oh, you want to go ahead and do that?
We'll go ahead and go to our Ask Cats. That connects pretty well.
Okay. Well, also, what's your pregame jam?
All right.
My pregame jam. I listen to before every single game. I listen to Alice in Chains, The Rooster before every single game.
I definitely wasn't going to think that one.
Yeah.
So, Colton Ratcliffe sends in. Ask Austin how it feels to join the Special Team Assassins.
I'm proud of that. I'm definitely proud of that. Tell him, he's more of an assassin. I just try to make a play. But first off, I'm going to say that man blocks punts, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's back there all the time.
He can block punts, but yeah, that's awesome to join the special teams.
You don't have to give him any airtime. He's already had his chance on the show.
Got to give him a shout out for that.
Yeah,
So, and this one comes from Doug Rose as well. Colton or Austin, I want you to give this some thought. Okay, who were your all-time 3 favorite youth sports coaches pre-high school?
All right. So my first one would be my travel baseball coach when I was 11 and 12, Mark Adcox. I spent a lot of time with him, and I had a lot of fun playing for him. Second, I'm gonna give second to Doug. We'll give Doug second.
Is it a close second or a far second?
We'll give him a close second. Doug knows his football though. He's a good coach. And third, I'm gonna give it to my dad.
that's
He
good.
was my offensive coordinator. I don't know if Jamie told you, I was a quarterback back in the day until you could throw it. Like once you had to throw more than 20 yards, I was out. But back in the day, Dad and I had a little play calling thing going. So I'd give him third.
So you like to consider yourself a modern day Peyton Manning at all?
No. We're just gonna stop there.
So this question was listed on here, but we've kind of given it away. What is your favorite college football team? And if you had a camera on the moon, you could almost see what jersey he's wearing right now. He's
Most
Tennessee.
definitely, man. I have a lot of Tennessee ties too. Both my aunt and uncle worked for the university. My dad went there, UT. So I was born into it, man. It's been rough lately.
I won't even make a joke about it.
Yeah,
Then,
my hair is orange, so I was born into it too, buddy.
I mean, me too. Me too.
All right,
So, one more for you. Who's the worst dancer on the team?
Oh no, I'm gonna have to do it to myself. I'm a terrible dancer. I embarrass myself in the locker room.
You want to give us some moves?
No, we're not doing that. I'll leave it to Mike, man. I can't do it.
Yeah, Michael Howard put on a show here last time.
Would you consider him the best on the team?
Yeah, most definitely. He gets us going when he's dancing in there.
Can Torian put on any moves?
No, Torian don't.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't worry about it. I don't blame him. So here's our little Halloween-themed question for you, sort of sticking on the same line. If you could dress up on Tuesday night as anything you wanted, you could dress up as Coach Chris if you wanted to, since he's not even here tonight.
That's a new idea.
What would you be if nobody could make fun of you and say, look, there's a high school kid dressed up for Halloween?
Butch Jones. How about that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Get a little
Good one.
sit me on the hot seat. There you go.
Oh, he's on your hot seat then.
You
He's on
gotta
my hot seat.
let it
So are
be
you wearing
known.
the Fire Me sign with
There
it?
you go.
Is that what you're
Yeah.
doing?
We'll go with that.
So, okay, one more.
All right.
You're trick-or-treating. What is your candy that you want?
Skittles. And
Skittles.
not normal Skittles. It's got to be tropical.
Tropical.
Blue.
You're
Yeah.
picky, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
To be a Tennessee fan, he's awful picky, Mark.
Yeah.
You should have heard his coaching list earlier that he tried to give me.
I got one. I'm ready, man. I'm ready to move on.
So, Austin, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
We know if we see anybody dressed up asking for tropical Skittles, who it'll be. That's Butch Jones. So thank you for joining us, Austin. We'll be right back. Up next, we'll have Virginia High Volleyball come up and join us here on.
In 50 feet, turn left. Why are you driving so slowly?
After a few drinks, I'm taking it slow.
Well, you're not fooling the cop behind you.
What?
Get ready to pay in 0.1 miles.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Bearcat Radio is brought to you by State Line Motors. Visit State Line Motors on Euclid Avenue in Bristol. You're listening to Virginia High Football on Bearcat Radio on Spreaker.com. You're listening to Virginia High Bearcat Football on Spreaker Radio. Can't get enough of Bearcat sports? Come to Buffalo Wild Wings at the Falls every Wednesday at 6:30 for the Bearcat Sports Chat. The voice of the Bearcats, Dylan Hutton, will talk with various Virginia High coaches and athletes each week on the radio.